Oh yeah. It's wait for me. Well, I got Hello and welcome again to a Vermonter from Havana. Some of my viewers, especially my Spanish language audience, may find the opening images a bit confusing. But if you live in Vermont, you are already certain that today we will be looking at a typical farmer's market. For a new American like me, these markets are something different from what we've seen before, as in addition to finding fresh produce, one can also find a communal space where we can also listen to music, sample great food, meet our neighbors and other townspeople.
It's a tradition in Vermont to have fresh vegetables available. I've shopped at this market since 1977. We now have found, I think, a permanent home here in this lovely spot. There's trees, there's plenty of space, good parking, all the essentials.
In the summertime, we're open every Saturday, May through the end of October. And then we have a Thanksgiving market that is always the Saturday before Thanksgiving. And then we go straight into our winter season starting in December.
It's tough because we can't get fresh vegetables to live outside for even a couple hours in the winter. So the meat vendors, for instance, can easily go outside, but fresh produce will be inside.
The most challenging thing about managing the market is the fact that it's so many moving pieces, so many moving parts.
We're getting somewhere around 2,500 people every single Saturday now.
And to make sure that I don't drop any of those balls every week it's fun. It gives me a lot to do.
The market bylaws require that this be at least half agricultural and prepared foods. It's rigorously protected that this will be a farmer's market, not a craft fair. There's nothing wrong with craft fair, but this is really designed to support economically the farmers in the area. So for instance, farmers have to attend 50% of the markets, otherwise they're out. We couldn't hold that you had to be at every market because they got to be farming too. And this is a long day. I mean, like Lila LePage shows up here at, she's here by 7:30, 6:45. And then they don't leave until they're broken down at usually 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Now, I invite you to follow me and meet some of the vendors who come to Montpelier every Saturday in the summer or every other Saturday in the winter and see what they have to offer.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Stan from Mount Mansfield Creamery, and welcome to Vermont.
I'm Hannah Blackmer, and I run Fieldstone Farm. Have my lovely assistant here, Daniel.
Lovely.
And we grow 1.5 acres of mixed vegetables.
I'm out taking care of the bees right now. It's the time of the year where I'll be harvesting honey.
You're the guy from Cuba. I met you when you first moved here.
I do these art pieces, and I've been doing them probably for 35 years.
And since then, I haven't seen you, and I wondered, did they stay? Did they go? Are they okay? And now here you are.
We've been here for, 15, 16 years. Our primary business is raw goat's milk, but we have goat meat, goat milk caramel, goat milk soap, mint tea, and lemonade.
My wife and daughters milk the cows. I make all the cheese.
My dad actually was one of the founding vendors of this market, so the farm as it exists has been here for almost 40 years.
I also make and sell jewelry, and I'm in the studio making jewelry, and I'm in the woods collecting wild edibles.
Lazy Lady Farm, we milk around 36 goats, make cheese 5 days a week, come to the markets on Saturdays, and have been coming to the market since 1995, I believe.
I'm like a visual person, and I love flavor, so all of the tomatoes have their own flavor. It's the same way I feel about greens. Like, I can't just grow one variety of something. I have to grow at least 5, so that everybody gets like a little something special, something different.
She's the farmer.
She's also a goddess. I don't know if you noticed that.
I'm an instructor, teaches skiing and snowboarding at Stowe, Vermont. And so all of our cheeses are named after ski trails.
These are original, hand-painted.
I also do something really special too that not a lot of people know about. So it's the chocolate-covered honeycomb. So I cut honeycomb out of the hive into bite-sized pieces, and I double dunk them in chocolate. I'll show you what they look like. This is what the box looks like, and here's what they are. Open that up. So it's double dark chocolate dunked honeycomb sections. It's kind of a wicked treat. A lot of fun. People really enjoy it.
I have a French wash-rind cheese named Inspiration that's washed with a local brewer's beer, and it took second place to the American Cheese Society. I also have our Star, which is our Parmesan, aged for 2 years, and that took first place to the American Cheese Society competition.
I'm a French teacher at Montpelier High School. This is Hazel, she's a French student, and this is Cadence, he's also a French student, and we're fundraising for a trip to Guadeloupe by making French crepes from Brittany.
Typically Democrats win, but independents have been giving them a run for their money in the last month or so. Yeah, it's a good conversation piece, good icebreaker with customers. Most people get a chuckle out of it.
There has been volunteers now for a few years, and basically we decided when COVID hit that we needed to restrict the entrance to the market. So at that time we thought, well, let's count people as they're coming in and greet them. That was the main thing. Let's make them, in this time of COVID, feel welcome and appreciated for being here.
In Cuba, it's very common that if you see someone procrastinating or being lazy, you'd tell them, hey, you should be ashamed of yourself. Farmers wake up at 4 a.m. to start their day, and you're still here doing nothing. So it occurred to me to find out how the vendors in Montpelier's farmers market get ready for their Saturday gig.
There's sort of 2 layers to that question. One is, what did they have to do this week to be here today? And clearly they're picking vegetables, they're making sure everything's healthy and ready to go.
We spend a couple days picking everything and washing it and getting it ready to come to market, and then Saturday morning we're up at about 4:35 a.m. to load up the truck and get down here.
So I get up at 4 in the morning and get things done in the cheese room, get things set up for the person who's going to come in and milk the goats, load up the car, drive an hour or more to get here, and off we go.
My husband gets up about 3:30, starts chores. We have to milk our goats before we can come to market. So we milk the goats, bottle the milk, load 2 cars because he does a farmer's market also. Yeah, get the kids out of bed.
Luckily, I don't have to milk the cows, so I get up and pack up market and head down here.
So we spend probably a day and a half harvesting and washing our produce, and then I get here at around 7, so 2 hours before the market starts, and we just kind of bag things up and set it all, get our tables up and try and make things look really nice.
So that's the preparation for market. Then load it in the truck, cover it with a tarp, set it all up, and come to market.
For this show, which draws on cultural differences between life experiences in Cuba and in my new home in Vermont, I was very fortunate to find 2 people who have been to Havana and visited farmers markets there. Let's hear what they share with me.
I had a fabulous couple of weeks in Cuba. I made a point of visiting several farmers markets there.
And I was interested in seeing the very small farmers bringing things, selling a very limited number of items.
The people were wonderful.
It was clear that, it was a central meeting place. And fresh off the farm. It was beautiful. I mean, everybody took so much care with setting up their displays.
I really enjoyed seeing mainly the fruit we can't have here. All the tropical fruits, I just love them.
What really got me was a guy who was made keys while jazz was going. So jazz and keys.
Clearly, farmers here and there have very similar situations in that they work hard, they don't make much money, and they're providing food that we can't live without, quite honestly.
So pour me another cup of coffee. It is the best in the land. And put another nickel in that jukebox and play me a truck driving man. The waitress, she brought me some coffee. I thanked her and called her again. She said that old song sure does fit me, 'cause I am a truck driving man.
There is no doubt that a market like this implies a lot of hard work, but it also has its many rewards.
The most rewarding thing about the market is the amount of money and love that we put back into Central Vermont. So last year the market put $1.2 million back into the hands of local farmers and artisans. That's amazing to me. So all of that money went directly to our farmers for all of their hard work.
You know, just because it's a family farm doesn't mean that I would be here if I didn't love it.
It's an amazing market. This time of year, the produce just explodes.
Tres Amigos, one of my favorite, garlic, onion, and sun-dried tomatoes in a Havarti recipe.
Getting to see all of our hard work on display.
Montpelier, it's a great place, great people, longtime customers.
Everybody should have original art and be able to afford it. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Best seller is probably the drinks, but the healthiest is the milk and the meat.
It's just heartening to feel that support from the community.
Animarlos, invitarlos a que nos visiten aquí en Montpelier.
We get to see everybody smile, and everybody comes here as a community to visit and see each other and see their neighbors and their family.
Que nos saluden por acá, que no somos muchos. Si nos ven por ahí y escuchan a alguien hablando en español, castellano, pues rápidamente les saludan.
I hope you have enjoyed this quick look at Montpelier's Farmers Market. As always, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit subscribe and hit the bell for notifications that new content is available. If you like the show, please hit like, leave a comment. I enjoy interacting with my viewers, and share the link with your social media contacts. Goodbye.